Easy answers.
Are we done? It's easy answers. No more rant.
No. So first up, we have.
Now we have a few without the hashtags. We gotta find them.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do the hashtag ones first. This week we had a lot of people who just replied to my tweet without using the hashtag. So I will try to find all of those. If it gets missed, use the hashtag next time. The hashtag is hashtag CC Answers.
That reminds me, Snark gave us one last week.
Didn't use the hashtag.
So we have to find that one too.
Yeah, I'm not looking for it.
But I liked it. I can't remember what it was.
It was a good question.
I can't remember it.
Things often get missed when order and structure isn't followed.
Yes, we need order and structure.
So first up, we have bonus barrel. Rob says, for the next week or whatever, what do y'all think about save states if you're using a Retron, etc.?
Boy. This goes back to last week for me.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with the save states. Whatever makes you enjoy the games that you're playing, do that. If save states make it easier or make it better or more enjoyable for you, use them. If you need a save state to beat a boss, use it. If you don't have enough time, use it. It's a hobby that's meant to be fun. Whatever makes it enjoyable for you, that's what I'm okay with. Do I personally use them? I think I do have on occasion. I'm still not really certain how they work. I know it's like you sort of like make a copy of where you're at and then keep going. But I don't really know myself. But the way I see it is, gamers shouldn't be judging other gamers based on how they play. Yeah. Because believe it or not, what gives me enjoyment is not affected by what gives you enjoyment.
Yeah, but he's not saying, what do you think of what other people use them? He's saying, do you use them? I think is what he's saying.
Yeah, well, I do. I guess I do sort of. I don't really think. I can't tell you a time when I have, but I'm certain that at some point I have.
This is exactly the same as last week for me. Like you said last week, if using a walkthrough or something like that is going to help you have fun and help you get through the game, knock yourself out. For me, I find what I enjoy about gaming is the challenge. And if I use save state, it's going to eliminate some of that challenge. I want the challenge that they intended for me, so I don't use them. But like I said, I don't care if you want to use them. Go ahead.
So what you're saying is people that do use them aren't as good as gamers as you, because they're not up to the challenge that you take on every time
I'm saying.
You turn on the console.
If they want to believe that, then they can. But no, do whatever you want. Gaming is about having fun, just like you said. But how about you, Rob? What do you guys do?
Yeah, what are your thoughts on save states? Do you use them?
You a cheater? I'm just kidding.
Next up, we have Julian Vega at JJ1986-2004.
Woo! Check out Julian.
And his question is, now that the Cartridge Club has gone global, which I think happened 3 years ago, because Rambox has always been a member.
Good point.
And some of them are in the States. But, good question.
And the UK.
And the UK, yeah. Can a Latino lawyer and me, that's him, Julian, be the Hispanic version of P1 and P2?
Hell yeah, which one's going to be which?
Ooh!
I want the hair.
You're definitely Julian you have hair. And I'm Diego because I'm clearly superior to you.
What? Yeah. Well, yeah, we know that...
I don't think Diego is superior to Julian. I enjoy you both equally.
You're both very equal.
But Diego has less hair. Diego has less hair, like myself.
Yeah. I guess I have a little more.
Yeah. He also has a very cute child, like myself.
Yeah. Plus, Julian seems to be in a lot of the same stuff as me, too. And he's going to get VR, and I'm jealous.
Yep. So that would be it. I'm not kidding. I would love...
look forward to listening to Spanish Cartridge Club.
At some point in season 4,
do Beyond Good and Evil.
We're doing Guacamole, and we're gonna have those two on as the guests.
That sounds awesome.
And we're gonna do the whole show in Spanish.
Wait, is this racist?
No.
Okay, good. I love these guys.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think you guys should start your own. Like you could even start your own Spanish version of the Cartridge Club.
That would be amazing.
I don't speak a lick of Spanish, but I would listen to that show.
Yeah, Mi Amo Cartridge Club.
Yeah, that's right. Ah, huevo. That's a boy.
Is it really? Beautiful.
Yeah, les Cartridge Hermanos.
I'm looking forward to hearing that.
That's a great question, Julian. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Man.
Next up, we have...
I love Latinos.
Joe from SGC Pod at AC Decepticon.
Woo!
He says, when a man loves a video game so much What should he do to take the relationship to the next level?
Oh boy.
Well, Joe.
What does that mean?
When a man and a video game get to a point when they are so close that the man can no longer separate himself from that game is as an integral part of his being, what he needs to do is get a copy of that game.
Oh, God.
And clean all its pins very meticulously with Brasso or some rubbing alcohol or a small white eraser.
Oh, my gracious.
And he needs to make sure that that label is crisp and unmarked. He needs to remove all evidence from the case of previous owners, others' names, phone numbers, cheat codes. He needs to take that game and he needs to put it on a shelf where he can see it every time he walks into the room, where he can hold it against his skin. And he needs to play that game whenever the mood strikes him that he wants to go back to that time and that place where he can be whisked away to a magical land of fun and excitement.
Well, that explains the lipstick on Final Fantasy 2 back there. All right. Thanks, Joe. Hope that answers your question.
Next up, we have a question from Matthew Bandy at xmattbandyx.
Woo!
Did either of you watch Stranger Things?
Oh, hell
If so,
yes.
what did you think?
I thought it was great, and
Yeah.
I am very much looking forward to season 2, which
Yeah.
just got announced.
Really enjoyed it. I thought that all of the actors were spot on.
All of them.
Matthew Modine was
Even
a great creep.
Winona Ryder. I loved it. I don't care what anybody says.
Did anybody say bad things about Winona Ryder?
Yes, they said she overacted. I thought she was great.
I gotta tell you, if my kid gets sucked into another dimension, I'd probably act like a psycho.
I am a psycho already, and I will be more psycho.
Yeah. No, I loved it. I thought it was really, really well done.
Loved it.
Two of my favorite things, with the exception of Winona Ryder, who I've had a crush on since Beetlejuice, nobody is gorgeous. It looks like, the whole show looks like real people.
Yeah.
So, like, it's already obviously focused on being an 80s vibe. And a lot of time in the 80s, the movie stars weren't, like, stunningly plastic perfect beauty, right? And in this, they were not. They were regular looking people.
Yeah.
And two, I really, really enjoyed the feel to it, because it felt like I was watching. It could have very easily been a movie shot then. It's Stranger Things for me is what Shovel Knight was. It's how I remember movies and TV shows of the 80s in my head. Where Shovel Knight is how I remember 8-bit, 16-bit games. Like, Shovel Knight is, when I play Shovel Knight, I'm like, oh man, this is exactly how good Mega Man 2 is. This is exactly how Castlevania 3 looked. This game is just like those games that I loved. And then you go back and play them now, and they obviously, they are good games and they're beautiful, but they don't look that same level. It's that stepped up, that polished look. So when I watched Stranger Things, for me it was like, man, this is just as good as the Neverending Story was. Man, this is just as good as Lady Hawk was. Man, I'm enjoying this.
Lady Hawk has not aged well.
I
love Lady Hawk.
So, this is just as great as Dark Crystal. For me,
all right,
I have issues. For me, that's what Stranger Things was. It, in my mind, was how it was nostalgic. It was a current day show that looked the way that I feel that things looked back then.
Man, if you just watch the opening of Lady Hawk. Anyway, Stranger Things great. What made it so good is that they let the actors put their own twist on things. Like the main love interest of the girl in the show, not 11.
Steve?
Steve. He's kind of like a jerk.
Yep.
He was just supposed to be your generic jerk, but you end up actually kind of liking him in the end, and that was not scripted. He did that all on his own. Same with the chunkier kid. He was just supposed to be your generic, fat kid that, like Chunk. He was supposed to be Chunk, but he ended up giving his own twist on it too. And anyway, great movie. Everything felt very natural, like you were saying. Great show. I mean, loved it.
And I liked that it was 8 episodes.
Yeah, me too.
They didn't try and stretch it out to 10.
Agreed.
They didn't try and cram it all into one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is the natural progression of the show. There's no filler. All killer.
Agreed.
Thanks for the question, Matt.
Thank you very much.
So now I'm going to try and hunt down these questions that didn't use the hashtag. First up, we have PC Wizard.
Woo! So
at PC Wizard 13. And he says, which game console has the best power button?
Dude, deep question.
Yeah.
You know what game has a really not good one? PlayStation 2. It has the switch in the back, and then the reset button is also like the power button. Never liked it. The GameCube one's actually pretty good. Round and very rewarding feel when you put it in.
Yeah, I have to go with the NES.
Really?
It's got a good pop when you push it in. The light turns on so you know it's on.
Yeah.
And then when you push it out, it pops out. It's crisp. It's clean. It's got power written right on. I like the NES. It's simple.
Okay.
And it's sort of, for me, it's like, that's the first one for me.
You know what? I'm going to go with...
Because I do like the GameCube. Same styles. But
GameCube has a really rewarding click.
It does.
You know what else does too, though? Is the Dreamcast. And the Dreamcast has that... like, I love it. It's very rewarding.
The Dreamcast does have the only hydraulic power button, so that is pretty cool.
I love the Dream... It's a tie between Dreamcast and GameCube for me.
Cool. Thanks for the question. What's your favorite?
That's a pretty cool question.
What do you think has the best power button? Everybody.
Yeah, look at that power button. Don't you just want to press that?
I do, yeah. It's the gray one, right?
Yeah. I want to touch it.
Next up, Rocket Sauce. Do you guys have a game... Sorry, it's Rocket Sauce. Do you guys have a game you love more as an adult than you did as a kid? And for him, it's Castlevania on the NES.
Ooh.
So this was a tough one. So I had to think of what games do I love now that I loved then.
Didn't love then.
Oh yeah, that I just sort of liked then.
Right.
Really, really tough for me.
It is tough. Love is a hard one because
a lot of the games I like now, I enjoyed then.
I'll go with Mario 2. Because I started with the first Mario and then jumped right to 3. I don't even think we ever owned 2. The one time I got to play 2 when I was a kid, did not like it. It's a complete departure. But now I appreciate it. Now I actually kind of enjoy it. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with Mario 2.
Nice. Yeah. I'm going to say Ocarina of Time. I remember playing it as a kid on the N64.
Because it's awesome.
And I liked it then. But I didn't like it then as much as I liked A Link to the Past. And having since played the remake on the 3DS, I now have I have a greater appreciation for it now, and I enjoy it more.
Yeah, you destroyed that 3DS version. Remember that?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And beat Majora's Mask today.
Oh, congratulations. 100%. And boy, did you get the...
Fierce Deity Link's Mask is crazy.
Cool.
I literally just stood in the room, spammed attack, and beat Majora's Mask in like 16 seconds.
Wow. That's crazy.
It shoots whirlwinds.
Isn't Majora's Mask a cool fight, though, eh?
I don't know, I just spammed attack.
Yeah, but it's cool looking.
Yeah. Thanks for the question, Ryan. What about you? Oh, you already said that. What about everybody else? Are there any games you enjoy more now as an adult than you did as a kid?
Mm-hmm. I loved Castlevania as a kid.
Yeah, me too. Castlevania 3 was my jam.
Oh, I love Castlevania 3.
Next up, we have a question from the Baked Gamer so I don't know what that symbol is. It's a straight up and down line.
What?
Baked Gamer, and then the line again.
It's at Baked Gamer L?
No, because there's a line in front of it. It's that line.
That's
it's
an L.
Up and down. It's not an L.
Dude, that's an L.
Not an L.
L.
Let us know what that is.
L, Baked Gamer L.
I don't think it's an L.
Lowercase L.
So he says, what do you think of my new vlogs?
Oh my god, I haven't seen them.
Yeah, neither have I.
But I'm going to watch them now. Everybody check out Baked Gamer's vlogs. Shout out.
Yeah. So I'll let you know next week what I think of your new vlogs.
Yes. Yeah, we will announce it right here. Probably on Update. CC Update.
Alright, so let me see if I can find Nark's question.
It was like, there it is.
Nark, if you could brag about beating one game for a world record, what would it be?
So I can pick any
Narc
game
podcast.
and I'm the best at it?
Yeah. You have the world record for this game.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dude, that's deep.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't really... I've never been good enough at games to think that I ever might have a
what
world
game
record.
could you be? Like, if you could be any...
Super Metroid.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I want to hold the world record for speedrun. 100% speedrun time. That's the record I want.
Dude, this is tough.
That's what I'd like to be. Because Super Metroid is fucking awesome.
It is awesome.
What about you?
I would like to have the world record for every level on Sonic Lost World on the Wii U.
Wow. That's probably possible.
I tried.
So that's really your answer?
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
Dude.
All right, good answer. Thanks for the question, Nark. So to everybody else who wants to ask us a question, shoot your question out on Twitter. Just please include the hashtag #CCAnswers. Otherwise, it's easy for us to lose them.
Yes.
So
that's it.
That's it. That's the show.
Wow, I gotta get to work.
I feel like has it been an hour? A little less.
Yeah.